Captain Jonathan Hayes was one of NASA's finest astronauts. A seasoned space traveler, he had seen the dark side of the moon and the glittering expanse of the Milky Way. Yet, nothing in his career had prepared him for what was to come when he returned to Earth after his last mission. In 2031, Hayes had completed his fifth and most ambitious mission, a solo venture to repair a deep space satellite on the edge of our solar system. The mission was a success, and Captain Hayes was hailed as a hero upon his return. But something was different this time. Colleagues noticed he was quieter, more withdrawn, and spent long hours staring at the night sky. A month after his return, Captain Hayes vanished. It began on a cool autumn evening in Houston, Texas. Hayes had been living in a secluded cabin outside the city, preferring solitude over the bustle of urban life. That night, he had spoken briefly with his sister on the phone, assuring her that he was fine, just tired. But there was something in his voice, a hesitation, a hint of unease. The next morning, when his sister tried to call him again, there was no answer. Concerned, she drove to his cabin, but when she arrived, she found it empty. There were no signs of struggle, no note, nothing to indicate where he had gone. His car was parked outside, keys still in the ignition. The cabin itself was untouched, as if he had simply walked out the door and never returned. NASA launched an immediate investigation. They combed through his personal effects, interviewed friends, family, and colleagues, and reviewed his mission logs for any clues. But there was nothing, no indication that he had been planning to leave, no sign of any foul play. It was as if Captain Hayes had simply vanished off the face of the Earth. As the weeks turned into months, strange details began to emerge. Local residents reported seeing strange lights in the sky near Hayes' cabin on the night he disappeared. Some claimed to have heard a low humming sound, unlike anything they had ever heard before. Others spoke of fleeting glimpses of a shadowy figure moving through the woods, though no one could describe it clearly. NASA's top scientists were baffled. They had no explanation for the lights or the sounds. Some speculated that Hayes had experienced a mental breakdown after his mission, driven by the isolation and stress of deep space travel. Others whispered of more outlandish theories, of alien encounters, of secret government experiments gone wrong. But the most chilling discovery came from Hayes' mission logs. In his final entry, dated the night before he returned to Earth, Hayes had written only a single, cryptic line: "They are not what they seem." The investigation eventually went cold, and Captain Jonathan Hayes was officially declared missing. His disappearance became a legend, a mystery that fascinated conspiracy theorists and stumped scientists alike. Years later, hikers in the remote forests of Texas would sometimes report strange occurrences, sudden drops in temperature, electronic devices malfunctioning, and that eerie, low hum that seemed to come from nowhere. But no trace of Captain Hayes was ever found. To this day, no one knows what really happened to him. Some believe he was taken by extraterrestrial beings. Others think he may have stumbled upon something that he wasn't supposed to see. But one thing is certain: Captain Jonathan Hayes disappeared under circumstances that remain as mysterious and unexplained as the vastness of space itself.